Hello Akhil, welcome. I'm just waiting for few more people to join in so that I can start with the session. Am I audible? Just give me a thumbs up in the comment section. If I am audible, just give me a thumbs up in the comment section. Okay, so I'm just waiting for a few more minutes and I'll be starting with it. Okay, so I'm starting with my session. So, hi, this is Arika from. I'll be taking this Art of Professionalism session today. So, I am working with Inglu at the position of COO, Chief Operating Officer. So, I have been working with Inglu from past 2-3 years. So, I'll be sharing my experience and what all things I have learned in this journey. So, I hope it would be a great session for you. So, firstly, I just wanted to tell you that I am not that much big personality right now, but I'll be one for sure. So, today's topic is art of professionalism. I know you must be thinking you know about this thing, but yeah, everyone lack a bit of knowledge every time, and even after completion of your whole career, you would be happy to have knowledge from others. So, today I'm just going to share my experiences and my knowledge on particularly this field. Okay, so I'm just starting briefing you about the topic, what I am going to cover, and what all things I have in mind to tell about this topic particularly. So, art of professionalism is not basically just about professionalism, but more about your organizational behavior, how you behave in organization and how things work in organizations. So as I have few more people who have joined recently, so can I just know, are you able to listen me? Am I audible to everyone? If I am audible, you can just give me a thumbs up on the comment section. Yeah, okay. So I'm just continuing this. So my first topic is seven eyes. I have just five fingers currently, but yeah, I am talking about seven eyes that I have innovated, and I have created that myself. There is no theory on that. So I just created this according to my experience and how you should behave in organization. So I have created a seven eyes point. So I'm just telling about you one by one. So, first I that we should keep in mind while working with any organization is uh, inform. So, you should inform any of your superior or subordinate. So, informing about your know how and informing about your wellness is the most important point that you should consider while working with any organization. So I prefer that rather than informing at the end point when you are supposed to give the report or result out of any work, you should tell beforehand, so that if you face any issue or anything, you would be able to get the guidance from the superiors, and all these things could be done if you inform prior to it rather than informing at the end time. So informing in advance is very must. So next is ignore. Never ever ignore your heads and ignore any messages. If you are not available at a certain time, you should just inform, or you can just drop a text that you are not available, but you will be getting back to them. Or if you have seen any messages, so don't behave like you just scene zone the messages. You don't have to behave like that. You have to behave like you have read it by mistake or anything, you will be getting back to it as soon as possible. Okay, so ignoring is not any way right choice to do anything. Okay, third is in interest. So when you are working with any organization, I would suggest show your interest in any project they come up with. Show your interest in the things they deal in. So if you are working with any organization, just show your interest on all the things and give your inputs. Your ideas is very important in any organization. If we are working with any startup, so it would be great if you could just come up with various ideas and help in brainstorming with a different ideas, because every organization love to have your thoughts, and every organization would like interested in knowing what all things you think about a particular thing. Okay, next is interact. Interaction is a very important thing in any organization. I know there are a lot of people who are introvert, right? But while working with any organization, you have to be just more interactive. You have to work on yourself first, so that you can just interact with people you are currently working with. You have to create your own network with them. You have to work with all these things. So be interactive. Don't be a shy person or quiet person, because by interacting with your superiors and your subordinates, you will be getting a lot of knowledge. Next is implement. So if you are giving any ideas while brainstorming or anything, you would be happy to just suggest this thing and implement those ideas. So you can just be in loop with your seniors or your subordinates when you give any idea. So you can just be in loop asking if they are particularly implementing your ideas or not. So you can just work on this thing and you can just be with them in the process of implementing your particular idea. Next, I would suggest is never interrupt any of your superior while they are communicating with you. So this is my personal opinion that you shouldn't interrupt in between. You can just suggest your things and you can talk about your things after they are completed with theirs. Okay, it is quite good behavior, or you can say uh, it would be your etiquette of communicating with people. Okay, last but not the least is interpret. So I would suggest never interpret any ideas or any communication that is given to you according to your ideology, because sometimes if I am saying particular thing, it would have a lot of different meanings, but the exact meaning is the one that a particular person have told you about. So if we interpret the ideas according to our thinking, it might got converted into something else. So never interpret according to you. If you are not confirmed about particular thing, you should just ask once again. Nobody would be irritated by asking constantly, but they might get irritated if you interpret that in a wrong way. Okay, so these are my seven eyes that I created. So I guess I am clear with this thing. If you have any doubts so far, you can just comment it down. I'll be getting back to you and I'll be reverting on those doubts and queries. So keep them coming. I'll be talking about that. You can say after completion of this topic or after completion of my whole session. So secondly, I would like to talk about tips on behaving professionally in any organization or during your internship period. So I'll be giving few tips on how you could behave professionally in working with any organization. So, because I have been working with a lot of organization from my first year. Okay, so first is be a great character. You don't have to be timid or shy, because that is not gonna work in professional behavior, or you can say in market. Nobody would be entertaining that timid behavior. I know in a school we get a lot of things, like teacher would be focusing particularly on you if you are not able to do particular thing. Even in college you would be getting that special attention, but mind me, you won't be getting any special attention in organization. They won't be entertaining you much. So be a great character in yourself. Okay, so by great character I mean you should be interactive, you should be creating your own network, you should be vocal about your ideas. So all these things make you a great character. So second tip of mine would be master several skills so that you would be the go-to person for any organization. Okay, so I'll be telling about that considering myself only. I am not good in any particular thing, but I know a little about various different skills and I have been working on myself. So you can just learn various things from your colleagues, from the people you sit with, or from the peers you have. So you can learn about various different things from the people you are surrounded with. So just develop all the skills. You don't have to be professional in particular thing, but develop various skills so that other could reach out to you for any help if there comes anything. I know I'm not good at particular thing. I'm not a graphic designer, but I know graphic designing. I'm not a video editor, but I know a bit of it. So you should know a bit of everything so that you can be a go-to person for any organization. Okay, so these are the things you should keep in mind. There are a lot of other tips that I wanted to give, that is, don't be afraid to learn new things. So this is the most important thing you can say, because I was the person who never wanted to um, explore myself in my school time. I used to be so shy and like timid, so I was not interested in going for various different things. But in my college life, I started exploring myself and I started exploring various different fields so that I can be um, a person who would be knowing a lot of things, not professionally, but I would be happy to know new things. So these all things are new to me too when I was in first year. So I learned new things. I even if it's about learning today, I would be happy to learn new things. If I am able to get a little bit of time, I would be happy to devote in a particular thing, that is learning a new things. We have organized some workshops, so I know I'm not good at particular thing. There was a workshop of calligraphy that we have organized, so I learned it on that day. That was not my learning period, but there is no limit to learn, right? So these are the things I would appreciate and I love to do. And basically I would suggest all of you should learn new things on daily basis. You learn from your life and you learn from all your experiences. There is no one who is like a god or who have learned everything. There is a possibility to learn new things for everyone. I'll go for next tips that I wanted to give. So there is a thing that you should share your skills with the peers, right? If I'm good at particular thing, I would be happy to like give you my knowledge or share my knowledge with you, because that is what we are for, right? You have created your network with me to learn new things, because it is good to share your knowledge. You can't keep it with you with the motive of being selfish, right? So share your knowledge, share your skills with others. Talking about that, I in Igloo team we share a lot of things and we share the skills. I have been learning all this while too. So if you join Igloo, you would be happy to learn new things from the heads from different fields. We have video editing head and we have graphic designer head, we have web developer. So we learn daily on daily basis. I seriously didn't know about anything about website, but I have been learning all these things by doing work with them, and they are happy to share their knowledge with us. Next would be maintain a positive attitude. So this is a foremost thing, because we have been working in the particular situation which is very negative for everyone, right? So all this pandemic situation is very negative for all of us. Being in home is getting quite irritating for some of us, but we have to go through it, right? We all are in this together. But this is only possible if I would be sharing that positive vibes with you. So I personally believe if I am sharing anything positive towards you, you would be sensing that, and that would be like making you positive in all this process. So you should be spreading positive environment. If you are working in any organization, focus on positivity. Okay, so you should be focusing more on positivity and spread positivity around you. Okay, next is exercise self discipline. I know there is no limit to be disciplined, but you should be disciplined according to yourself, right? So for that I create my own to do on daily basis, and I judge my own self how much I have worked on a particular day. So creating a to do would be helping you a lot in self discipline process. So I would suggest that you should maintain a to do, or you can say task list on daily basis. You can create that in morning, and you can just tick down the things in night, like how much things you have completed, because it would be a self motivating thing for you that you have created a lot of things, you have done a lot of things and you have completed all these things. we are technically so much innovative now, so we create to-dos in phone. But I would suggest the modern method won't be working that much, but technical, or you can say the old methods would be helping you a lot in that. Maintain a to-do in a diary or notepad. It would be creating a better impact in your mind. Okay, so these are my tips that you should you can say implement while working with any organization in your internship, as well as in working as an employee for any organization. So I have one more topic. You can keep your comments and doubts coming. I'll be solving them. If you have any doubt for particularly this topic, you can just comment it down. Or if I am all clear currently, you can just comment that down so that I could know you are actually getting what I am saying, or it's going out of your head. You can just comment it down. My next topic would be you can say how to stand out in internship. Okay, so you must be thinking many companies offer mass recruitment, right? Many companies recruit a lot of people or hire a lot of interns, but how to stand out of those whole lot of people, right? So you should have some particular things in your self, so that you can stand out of all those people. Because I have been working with 500 plus people on daily basis, but I know particularly those 10 people. I know the names of particularly those people because they created an impact in my mind, and they stand out of a lot of people I am working with on daily basis. I know a particular name from boot camps that we are organizing. So these are the things you should keep in mind while working with any organization or in any internship. You should keep few things in mind to stand out of a lot of people that are working with that organization. So I'm just sharing those points. Okay, first and foremost point would be, do your homework before joining any particular organization or before your first day. So by homework here, I mean you should be knowing about that particular organization before joining. Because I just wanted to quote one example from my personal experience. Like, we have been going to a lot of campuses or a lot of colleges for internship fairs. So there are a lot of people who apply in your organization, but our first question would be how much you know about Inglu, and there is a question mark in on their face. So which is quite disturbing. We have to give them 5 minutes to know about what Inglu is all about, because it is technically not feasible for everyone to tell about their company one by one to each applicant. So do your homework, because that would be creating a very good impact if you know about the organization you are applying in. So I would suggest, if you are going for any particular organization or if you are applying for any particular job, you should be knowing about that beforehand, before applying there, before going for interview, because they would be happy to know that you know about them first, so that it creates a good impact in their mind. Next would be dress for success. Okay, so this is clearly a very good point. I would suggest that we have been like going taking a lot of interviews. We have been taking a lot of job interviews. So we have been to such places where people just come up in t-shirts and jeans, but mind me, that is not a good option to dress for any particular interview. Your formals create a very, very, very good impact in front of the interviewer. You could go in that informal look, they won't be restricting you, but it would be creating an impact. So you should dress for success. By dress for success, I mean it would be helping you in creating those impact and that impact in interviewers mind. So it would be helping you in clearing that particular interview. Okay, so next would be treat the internship like a real job. So this is personally my favorite point, because you should feel like you are not doing just an internship for 2 months and it will be over a particular period. You should feel like you belong to that company, you are representing that company. So it is your duty to behave like this company is yours. Okay, you are not the founder, but behave like a founder, because while pitching anyone, they will be convinced only if they know you are belonging to that company. If you are doubting yourself, they won't be like getting convinced of a particular thing. If I am having any particular person who is working on particularly sales and marketing field, this is very important point for you. If you are working for sales of a particular thing, so I would suggest just believe in the product that you are selling first. You won't be able to get the conversions if you don't feel like this product is just for 2 days. You have to complete a particular target and you have to convince the people in any way, but you are not sure about the particular product. If you are not sure about that, you won't be able to convince the other person, because uh, in the inner hurt of yours you are not convinced so far. So don't go for particular thing if you are not convinced by a particular thing. Okay, so don't treat your internship like just internship for a particular time. Treat it like your real job, your work. You get a stipend from them and you have to perform like that. This is your job, you are part of this company, you are part of that family, right? So apart from that, I just wanted to tell you, practice good time management. So there are a lot of apps, I just got to know that by using those you can just manage your time. And there are a lot of apps available in the market that could help you manage your time accordingly for every particular thing that you have to do in particular day. But that can be done by the traditional methods, by, as I told you before, that it could be done by maintaining a to-do list with yourself. Okay, so this is a thing that I think you are clear with. Practice good time management, because time is very crucial and you have to manage time particularly. Okay, next would be socialize, but with a filter. You must be thinking what I mean by filter, and what is the filter we should use while socializing with people. So there is a thing named socializing with filter. So this is basically about, you should socialize, just a second, yeah, so you should socialize with people but with a filter. Like, there is a particular gap between people. If you are talking to your senior, you won't be talking about your personal thing if you are not comfortable for that. And you won't be bitching about particular boss with that particular senior, because that is not a correct way. You have to socialize with people, but you should be clear, or you should be thinking about your mind before speaking anything. Okay, think thrice before speaking anything to a particular people. You should not be bitching about particular thing with your peers. If you are saying anything about your boss, you should directly talk to them rather than talking to your peers, because it would be creating a different impact in their mind. So socialize but with a filter. It is the concept that you should socialize with everyone, but you should be clear what to talk to them, and what should be the correct information to or what should be the correct communication. Okay, Next would be flexible and adaptive. This is very crucial point, and I would suggest, um, if you are able to, like, that grab that in yourself, it would be a great thing for you, because it would be helping you a lot in future. Because there are a lot of people that I know are, just a second, yeah, so there are a lot of people who don't adapt according to the organization. See, we are working in a startup, so we would be focusing on those people who are adaptive to changes, because startup come up with changes in every single seconds. So you should be adaptive and be flexible. So there was a situation where we have given a offer letter to particular people. So they are like, we won't be doing this thing because that was not mentioned in our offer letter. Mind me, that is going to be a very very bad situation, because you should be adaptive to changes. If the team of people you are working with, or your heads would be suggesting anything, you should be adaptive to that. Okay, so it would be good if you are flexible working with any organization. If they are flexible working with you, or your timings or everything, you should be flexible for their decisions, their inputs, their new ideas that they come up with. Okay, so these are the things. And last but not the least would be find a good mentor in the organization. So I have been working with Ansel from past 3 years. So I would say he is a very good mentor. If he is watching this live, I would really want to appreciate him for great mentoring and great guidance he have been giving from past 3 years. I have learned a lot. So you should find a great mentor in all the superior you have. Be comfortable while talking to them. Grab all the knowledge you can. Talk to them, communicate with them, and know about their skills, because they have been working in that particular thing more better than you. They have been to that position, so you should get their knowledge, and you should grasp their knowledge. So all those who are like learning from sir, I would suggest be interactive with sir, so that you can get the best out of him. Okay, so these are the things that I would like to tell you. If you have any questions, you can just drop down the comments, and you can just type it down in the comment section. I would be happy to take all the queries. I'm done with my part. If you have anything, you can just tell me, I'll just explain it again. And if you are clear with everything, how was the session, you can just talk about that too. Okay, so can we just do one or two case studies? Then after that, I'll be just finishing this session up. You can come up with your queries. I would be happy to solve them up. Okay, so first case study that I would be taking is, if you are working in any organizations, right? And there is one intern, you are working in head's position, you are the project head of any particular organization, and there is a campus ambassadors or campus head working under you. So you have given a particular task to them, and they are not able to complete it. While asking them for the updates about the particular thing, they are just coming up with a point that they are not able to achieve it, and you are just using them, or you they start abusing on the group. How you will be tackling that particular situation? So this is the case study, how professionally you would be behaving in that particular situation, when an a very small intern, you could say, in the hierarchy of particular organization, would be coming up with just abuses. And how would you be tackling that situation? Just comment it down, so that I can know how much you have grabbed the knowledge that I have shared. I'm just waiting for the answers. Just comment it down, how you will be tackling with that situation. I'm waiting. I'll just wait for 2 more minutes, and I would be talking about what I think, how you can handle that particular situation. So, Carolyn, I was asking, there is a situation where you are working as a project head for any organization, and there is one campus ambassador who you want to take the updates from. So when you are asking about the updates, what they have done so far, they are just complaining, like they are getting used by the organization, and they just started abusing in the group. So how you would be tackling that particular situation? I wanted to know about that. How professionally you would be tackling that particular situation? Yeah, Parth, you just put it a very nice point that there is a psychological training that is to be done for the interns who are not able to respond to a particular thing, and there is a anger management course too. There are some courses that tells you about how you should react to particular situation and how you can tackle that particular situation. So that is a very good point. You can just talk to them personally, you can just call them up, what is their mental state at that particular moment, because abusing is the worst you can do in any organization. Carolyn, I just missed your point. I'm just scrolling it and knowing what you have told. Okay, this is that they are part of. So yeah, we should tell them that there is a you can say way of talking to particular situation, way of tackling particular situation. So you can just talk to them once, okay, and we should tell about the particular gap they have, or the particular hierarchy of communication. So they should be respecting their heads, they should be knowing about how to behave with particular people. Any other points that you have in mind, or we should move to second case study that I have? We can perform activities that break the ice between the top and department level to enhance harmony and avoid discord between themselves. Okay, Rahul, that is a very good point. Yeah, we can perform various activities, and we can just organize few informal things, so that they could know that they are not talking to a particular people of high position, but there should be a respect between them. Okay, so if they are feeling like they are getting pressurized under something, so there are few things that we can work on. If it is due to mental stress, we can adopt some measure, or we can provide them with some holiday so that they can avoid their work stress. Yeah, that's a good point, Part. We can work on this thing. We can just go for you can say exertion would be a great thing. But yeah, if it's happening in current situation, so I would suggest that if it is happening in this pandemic situation, so I would be talking to that particular person personally, because they, he or she might be going through a very tough time.